Hi, this is William from Perma-Pastures Farm, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of our little garden. Alright, so here we have a series of raised beds. In this first one, we just have a cover crop growing. Our cover crop, we have cowpea and clover growing, and they're going to condition the soil and get it ready for our fall garden. Over here, we have a tomato, basil, and marigold bed. And here we have a variety of cherry tomatoes. And off to my right, we have okra. And it's an heirloom variety called Hill Country. And it produces this reddish green okra. Now, some of these are too big to eat, but we can save the seeds and plant them again next year. All right. In the continuing bed, we have a whole mess of sweet potato, which is doing very well. It's responded well to our very wet season we've had lately. Here we have another tomato bed, another cover crop bed. In our tomato bed, we have San Marzano tomatoes, basil, marigolds, and we continued that same composition in this next bed of basil, tomatoes, not necessarily San Marzano tomatoes, but basil, tomatoes, and marigolds. And in this one, we have the same composition, but we also added a okra plant right here. It's the same Hill Country okra. In this bed right here, we have a bunch of pole beans. They were supposed to grow up the corn, the stalks of the corn, but they ended up outcompeting the corn, and now we just have a bed of pole beans with no poles in them. And here we have a cucumber bed. Now the cucumber bed, it didn't do too well. We had a very wet rain season, a very wet spring, and it ended up drowning out. And one of the mistakes we did make was that we planted clover, and we let the clover grow, and then we planted all of our other vegetables and stuff like that. Now the issue with that is that the clover ended up robbing the nitrogen from the soil, robbing it from the plants, and they were lacking in nitrogen. So what we did was we cut the clover down, and then we mulched over the top of it, and now everything seems to be doing pretty well. The clover is now decomposing and replacing or replenishing the nitrogen in the soil. So you might be wondering why our planter beds here are black, and we used a Shisugi Bond method of charring the wood, and by doing that they become water resistant, sun resistant, and pest resistant, and end up just lasting a lot longer. It's an old Japanese technique from the 18th century. And now I'll take you on over to our greenhouse, where we start a lot of trees, a lot of pioneer species trees, and where we started most of these plants here in the garden. Now, over here, we have our black locust. If you look over here, we have our mimosas, which will also be a pioneer species that we plant in our soils. Here we have more tree propagation methods. In this one, we have Siberian pea shrub, we have mulberry, and we have Juneberry. The Siberian pea shrub already went through its cold stratification process. The mulberry did as well. It went through a cold stratification process, but it just seems to be slower on the growing. And then our Juneberry still has to go through a cold stratification process. So we'll just let that happen naturally over winter. These two beds, we just stuck the seeds in the freezer, let them sit there for 30 days, and that was it. We have some older black locusts. They're doing pretty well. They do need to come out of these pots pretty soon. Over here, this is a bunch of comfrey, which we plant everywhere in our swales. You'll see in later videos just how often we plant comfrey and the uses for it. Here we have some more propagation boxes. And the design is pretty simple. We got the design from Akiva Silver. You just use scrap wood, some handles on there, that's optional. We use a bunch of scrap wood, build a box. It doesn't matter what size the box is as long as it's comfortable for you. And then on the bottom, we just nailed hardware mesh on it. And what that does is whenever the plant starts growing through, when the tree starts growing through and the roots hit the air, it self-prunes. So it's really gentle on the trees. It's called air pruning. So check that out. All right. Once again, this is William from Perma-Pastures Farm, and thank you for watching.